So if your income is less than or equal to 7.5 lakhs, then the new tax regime is better. If you earn more and have substantial deductions from investment in ELSS, PF, home loans or HRA, then the old tax regime. Let me clarify this further for all other income levels by having a break-even amount. If your gross total income is rupees 10 lakhs per year, the math is simple even for those with a total income of 15.5 lakhs and above. It is not easy to plan for such high deduction under the old tax regime. For a much higher tax deduction, a home loan is the easy answer. Both the old and new tax regimes have their pros and cons. You can choose the new tax regime 1 year and then switch back to the old tax regime the next year. There are some important questions people ask on the old and new tax regime. For instance, should salaried employees switch from the old income tax regime to the new regime? Which one will be better? Can they switch between the old and new tax regime every year? What are the rules for individuals who are self-employed or freelancers who earn business income? In today's video, I will tell you a simple technique using which you can easily decide on all these questions. Hello people, I am Suraj Deo and welcome back to Deo Talks. As per a recent survey, 63% of taxpayers opted for the old tax regime, while 37% opted for the new regime. So let us understand all the common questions on both the tax regimes so that you can select the right option. Alright, look at this simple table on your screen. You see the first row talks about the net taxable income of up to rupees 5 lakhs and rupees 7 lakhs, which is eligible for a rebate under each of the regimes. So first quickly understand what is net taxable income. Suppose you have some salary and other income, and when you deduct all exemptions from it such as HRA, LTA, etc., then you get taxable income. On this taxable income, you can claim deductions like ATC, ATD, etc. And after deducting all the exemptions and deductions, you get the final net taxable income, on which you have to calculate and pay taxes as per your slabs. Now coming back to the table. So if your income is less than or equal to 7.5 lakhs, then the new tax regime is better for you, as there is no tax up to that income. Because when you subtract the standard deduction of 50,000 from this income, then you get 7 lakhs or less than 7 lakhs of net taxable income, which is eligible for a tax rebate of up to 25,000 under the new tax regime. It simply means if your total tax payable is up to 25,000, then you will not have to pay any tax. However, if you earn more and have substantial deductions from investment in ELSS, PF, home loans or HRA, then the old tax regime might save you more money. This is because the old regime allows you to claim deductions that can reduce your taxable income, even in higher income brackets. Let me clarify this further for all other income levels by having a break-even amount for each income range for a salaried employee aged below 60 years. Just see this table. Trust me, that's the only table you have to refer to, and then you will understand everything easily. And remember one important rule here. If the total amount of exemptions and deductions that you can claim under the old tax regime is more than the break-even limit, then you should stick to the old tax regime. Otherwise, you should select the new regime. And for now, just ignore surcharge and cess, as the key is to determine which regime is better. Also, we have excluded the standard deduction of 50,000 from this analysis, because that will be available to everyone under both old and new tax regime, irrespective of any condition. Now consider any one case from this table. For instance, if your gross total income is rupees 10 lakhs per year and you have exemptions and deductions equals to rupees 2.5 lakhs, excluding a standard deduction of 50,000, then your tax liability under both regimes would be the same. You can see I have used the word equal to here for 2.5 lakhs amount. That's the meaning of break-even limit. So if your exemptions and deductions are greater than 2.5 lakhs, then choose the old tax regime. And if less than 2.5 lakhs, then the new tax regime would be better. The math is simple even for those with a total income of 15.5 lakhs and above. If the total exemptions and deductions are more than 3.75 lakhs, then choose the old regime. If these are less than 3.75 lakhs, then go with the new regime. One small request before we move further. If you found this information useful so far, please like this video and subscribe to our community. Your support means a lot. So simply put, if you can claim more deductions and exemptions, then choose the old regime, otherwise the new regime. However, please note that it is not easy to plan for such high deduction under the old tax regime. You will have to utilize HRA better. Also, you will have to utilize the full 1.5 lakhs limit under section ATC. Under section ATD, generally you can claim deductions worth rupees 50,000 in medical insurance, then an extra rupees 50,000 to NPS. For a much higher tax deduction, a home loan is the easy answer. If you are paying home loan interest, then you would be able to claim higher deductions. But all these things require money and planning. So it's neither possible nor sensible also for everyone to utilize every tax saving option out there just for the sake of taxes. See, both the old and new tax regimes have their pros and cons. The old tax structure promotes saving habits by offering various deductions and exemptions. On the other hand, the new tax structure benefits individuals with lower incomes and limited investments, resulting in fewer deductions and exemptions. The new tax regime is seen as a safer and simpler option because it involves less paperwork and reduces the opportunity for tax evasion and fraud. The new tax regime is for those who have just started earning, who do not have many deductions, or who want to simplify their tax filings. It's more straightforward and doesn't require as much tax planning and preparation. However, the choice between the two depends on your financial situation and tax planning preferences. There is another common question people ask. Can we switch between the old tax regime and the new tax regime every year? That is, can we select any one regime in any financial year and the other one in the next year? So if you are a salaried individual, then the answer is definitely yes. You can choose the new tax regime one year and then switch back to the old tax regime the next year. However, for those individuals who are self-employed or freelancers who earn business income, it's different. If they opt for the new tax regime once, then they have only one chance in their lifetime to return to the old tax regime. So the flexibility to switch between regimes depend on your income sources and profession. For salaried individuals, you must choose between the old and new tax regime at the start of every financial year, that is in April, for a TDS deduction on your salary. Once you make this choice, it cannot be changed during that financial year. Your employer will deduct TDS from your salary based on the tax regime you selected in April. But the good part is that you do have the option to choose a different tax regime when filing your income tax return for that financial year. Also, the government has now set the new tax regime as the default option. This means that if you don't actively choose the old regime, your employer will deduct taxes from your salary based on the income tax slabs applicable in the new regime. You can check out these videos related to the best tax saver options. That's all for now. Please let me know if you have any question or comments. Thanks a lot for your time, and let's take care of this beautiful world. I'll see you next. And smile, always smile.